biology class on environment. Till now we have studied that environment has two kinds of substances. Substances that can be decomposed by microorganisms or can be broken down by microorganisms are called as biodegradable substances. Substances which cannot be broken down by biodegradable by biological reactions are called as what? Non-biodegradable substances. We studied an area where there is interaction between the living and non-living components of the environment. It is called as what? Ecosystem. Ecosystem has two components, living components which are called the biotic components and non-living components which are called as the abiotic component. There are two types of ecosystem, natural ecosystem and artificial or man-made ecosystem. Natural ecosystem is self-sustaining, whereas an artificial ecosystem needs to be cleaned from time to time. Now we will study further. We have seen, I think we did till activity 15.3 that aquarium activity was done, and it was said that aquarium needs to be cleaned from time to time, whereas a pond does not require to be cleaned from time to time. This is because that pond is a natural ecosystem and it is self-sustaining, whereas aquarium is a man-made ecosystem and it is not self-sustaining, and hence we require to clean it. We have seen in earlier classes that organisms can be grouped as producers, consumers and decomposers according to the manner in which they obtain their sustenance from environment. So, when I am talking about the biotic components, in the biotic components, anything which is living comes into biotic components. When we talk about living components or living animals, we basically divide them as, or biotic component has living organisms. These living organisms are further classified as what? Producers, consumers and decomposers. Producers mainly include green plants which can produce their own food with the help of sunlight, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide and water. Okay, let us revise back to nutrition. Important events taking place during photosynthesis. Absorption of light by sunlight by chlorophyll. Conversion of light energy into chemical energy. Photolysis of water, that is breaking down of water into hydrogen and oxygen, and reduction of carbon dioxide into carbohydrates. So back, producer, green plants which can prepare their own food by autotrophic mode of nutrition. In consumers, we have now further classification. What are consumers? They are directly or indirectly dependent on producers for their survival. So consumers can be herbivores, they can be carnivore, or they can be like us, omnivores. Yes or no? I don't think I need the definition. Plant-eating animals, herbivore. Meat-eating animals, carnivore. Both-eating animals, omnivores. Okay. Example, herbivore, all of you know. Carnivore also you know. I want 3 examples of omnivores. Man, bear, crow or peacock. To be more beautiful. Peacock also eats both. Okay. So, let us recall what we learned through the self-sustaining ecosystem created by us above. Which organisms can make organic food like sugar and starch from inorganic substances using the radiant energy of the sun in presence of chlorophyll? All green plants and certain blue-green algae. So producers example, you know, all green plants and what? Blue-green algae. Blue-green algae only is known as cyanobacteria. So examples of producers: green plants and blue-green algae, which can produce food by photosynthesis, comes under this category and are called producers. Please write. Define producers. Define producers. So you can write green plants and blue-green algae. Please underline that line. All green plants and certain blue-green algae which can produce food by photosynthesis come under this category and are called as what? Producers. Organisms which depend on producers either directly or indirectly for their sustenance are called what? Consumers. Please write. Define consumers. Define consumers. And how are they classified? Okay, so now look, they are classified as what? Herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, and the last category called parasites. Example of parasite: tapeworm, leech. Okay, these are all examples of parasites. So the consumers are classified as what? Herbivore, carnivore, omnivore, and parasites. You should know two examples of each. Okay. Now let us talk about decomposers. I and you, all of us, after a certain period of time will die. When we die, either our bodies are burned or they are put inside the soil, buried inside the soil. When it is buried inside the soil, slowly and slowly the decomposers grow on it and they convert the complex food material or the complex structures which are present in our body into simpler forms so that it can be recycled. So if there are no decomposers, earth will not be a fit place to live, and after that there will be no recycling of material. So decomposers form the most important part of our ecosystem. If there are no decomposers and you find the earth as a garbage bin with nothing to be recycled, we will not have producers growing well, or neither the consumers will live. So decomposers, although they are very small microorganisms, they play a very important role in maintaining the ecosystem or sustaining the ecosystem. Please write in the next paragraph. Explain the significance of decomposers in ecosystem. Explain the significance of decomposers in ecosystem. Imagine the situation where you do not clean the aquarium and some fishes and plants have died. Have you ever thought what happens when an organism dies? Please, from here you underline for your answer. The microorganism comprising bacteria and fungi break down the death remains of waste products of organisms. These are the decomposers, as they break down the complex organic substance into simple inorganic substance that go into the soil and are used up once more by plants. So what are decomposers? They are the small microorganisms like the bacteria and fungi which are basically required by the ecosystem or by the environment to convert the complex material into simpler forms so that it can be reused by soil or can be recycled. If there are no decomposers, earth will become what? Garbage bin, and it will stink, and after some time there will be no producers and there will be no material to recycle. Clear? So I think you have an activity 15.4. Is it there? While creating an aquarium, is it there? Yes. Did you take care not to put an aquatic animal which would eat others? What would have happened otherwise? If you would have put an aquatic animal which eats others, all the fishes would be, small fishes in the aquarium would be eaten by bigger fishes. Make groups and discuss how each of the above groups of organisms are dependent on each other. Write the aquatic organisms in order to who eats whom and from a chain in at least 3 steps. So, mostly in aquatic areas, you have very small plants which are called what? Phytoplanktons. small algae kind of plants. So the first is what? First in the series is what? Phytoplankton. Phytoplankton is small green plants. It is eaten by small insects called zooplankton, which in turn is eaten by fishes, small fishes. Okay, so the three columns what you have, first is what? Phytoplankton. Phytoplankton are very small microscopic fishes, microscopic plants eaten up by what? Zooplankton. Zooplankton are very small microscopic, or rather very small animals which are eaten up by what? Fishes. Would you consider any one group of organisms to be prime importance? Why or why not? Each group of organisms is of importance because they help in balancing what? The ecosystem. If I don't have deer, all the green plants will be waste. If I don't have a deer, lion will not have his food. So it is essential, and the nature has been made it in such a way that a balance is always created. Okay? So we studied degradable and non-biodegradable and biodegradable substances. We studied what is ecosystem. We studied components of ecosystem. We studied two types of ecosystem, that is man-made and natural. We also studied parts of ecosystem. Abiotic components include soil, temperature, rainfall, sunlight, etc. When we talk about biotic components are classified into three types: producers, consumers and decomposers. Producers are green plants and blue-green algae. Consumers are classified as herbivores, carnivores, omnivores and parasite. Definition with two examples each should be known. Decomposers are small microscopic organisms whose presence is required for recycling of material in the environment. They convert the complex material into simpler ones so that it can be recycled in soil. Okay? Then the significance of decomposers, and next class we will study what is food chain and food web. Okay? I am doing 1 page a day as promised. Kindly spend about 10 minutes to see. A very important note, yesterday I had to sit and call multiple parents because most of you or many of your parents don't even know that there was a test conducted. Make sure you see the videos regularly and don't pile up. Thank you.